Hello, my friend. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt drained because you kept helping people who never truly wanted to change? If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just protect your peace and even change the way you see kindness forever. In today's video, we'll explore why helping the wrong people can destroy your happiness, and I'll share powerful lessons inspired by Stoic wisdom truths that have guided me and countless others to live with strength, clarity, and dignity. So here's my promise: by the end of this video, you'll know who to help, who to step back from, and how to protect the most valuable thing you have, your peace of mind. But before we start, do me a favor. Hit that like button if you believe peace matters more than approval. Subscribe if you want more life-changing Stoic lessons every week. And share this video with someone who needs a little strength today. Now let's begin. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the very end, because Lesson 12 might just be the one that changes everything for you. Lesson 1. Don't help those who always play the victim. Have you ever met someone who seems to wear pain like a uniform, always in crisis, always needing to be saved? No matter what you do, no matter how much energy you give, they stay stuck in the same story. Why? Because they don't want to escape. They want attention. I've seen it many times. People who aren't trapped because the door is locked, they're trapped because it feels good to stay in the role of the victim. And if you keep trying to pull them out, they don't climb, they drag you down. The more you save them, the more powerless they become. And soon you're exhausted while they're unchanged. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. If someone refuses to claim that power, you cannot hand it to them. So protect your peace. Don't let someone else's refusal to grow become the thief of your energy and joy." Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried to save someone who didn't want to be saved? How did it affect you? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this resonates, hit that like button, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs this message today. Lesson 2. Don't help those who fake weakness to control. Have you ever noticed how some people seem helpless, almost fragile, yet somehow they always get what they want? That's no coincidence. Weakness for them is not a reality, it's a strategy. They act powerless because it disarms you. They know your empathy will kick in. And every time you solve a problem they could have solved themselves, you're not helping, you're surrendering your freedom. Slowly, piece by piece, you become their crutch and eventually their puppet. This isn't kindness, it's control disguised as dependence. And the more you give, the less you have for yourself. Stoic wisdom says, if you would be free, do not wish for things that depend on others. That includes relationships that thrive on making you responsible for someone else's strength. Saying no does not make you cruel, it makes you wise. True love and friendship don't demand chains, they respect boundaries. If someone needs you to stay small so they can feel big, that's not love, that's manipulation. So I want to ask you, have you ever been in a situation where someone used weakness as a weapon? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone. And if you find this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear these words. Lesson 3. Don't help those who choose ignorance. Some people don't just stumble into ignorance, they cling to it. They shut the door on new ideas, reject advice, and refuse to grow. And yet they still expect you to swoop in and clean up the mess their choices create. You pour out your time, your wisdom, your heart. But nothing changes. Why? Because learning is a choice, and they've chosen not to make it. Helping someone who refuses to learn is like planting seeds on concrete. It's not generosity, it's futility. Epictetus said, "It's impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. If they believe they know everything, let them live with the consequences." Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back and let life teach the lesson you cannot. Now tell me, have you ever tried to help someone who didn't want to change? How did it affect you? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if this message resonates, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this wisdom today. Lesson 4. Don't help the chronic betrayer. Forgiving once shows strength. Forgiving twice shows grace, but forgiving the same betrayal over and over, that's not grace, it's self-betrayal. When someone says, "I'm sorry," but their actions stay the same, that's not an apology, it's manipulation. They're counting on your kindness to keep them comfortable in their cycle of lies. And every time you take them back, you teach them that your boundaries can be broken. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with himself." Part of that wisdom is knowing this loyalty without respect is slavery. Love without boundaries is destruction. Protect your dignity. You can forgive in your heart and still walk away. So I want to ask you, where do you draw the line between forgiveness and self-respect? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if this truth speaks to you, hit like, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs it. Lesson 5. Don't help those who always avoid responsibility. Have you ever met someone who carries a shield made of excuses and a sword of blame? Every mistake is someone else's fault. Every failure circumstance. And yet they expect you to step in and fix it all. Here's the truth. When you keep rescuing people who refuse to own their actions, you're not helping, you're enabling. Responsibility is the foundation of growth. If you keep taking that away, they will never learn to stand on their own feet. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Being good doesn't mean doing everything for everyone. It means living by principles, even when that means saying no. Sometimes the greatest kindness you can offer is letting them face their own consequences. Growth is uncomfortable, but it's the only path to strength. Don't steal that from them just to feel like a hero. Now tell me, have you ever found yourself cleaning up someone else's mess over and over? What did you learn from that experience? Share it in the comments. I read them all. And if this resonates, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. Lesson 6. Helping isn't always noble. Sometimes it's fear. Let's be honest, sometimes we help because we're kind. But other times we help because we're afraid. Afraid of being judged, afraid of looking cold, afraid of being called selfish. And that fear can turn into chains. We start saying yes when our soul is screaming no. We sacrifice our peace just to look good in someone else's eyes. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is not what they say or think of you, but what you think of yourself that matters. True kindness comes from strength, not fear. If you're helping just to avoid criticism, you're not being noble, you're abandoning yourself. Don't burn your soul to keep others warm. So let me ask you, have you ever helped someone out of guilt or fear instead of genuine care? How did it feel? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this message hits home, give it a like, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share this with someone who needs this reminder. Lesson 7. Don't help those who drain your energy repeatedly. Have you ever noticed that some people don't want solutions? They want drama. They come to you with the same problem over and over. You listen, you advise, you help, but nothing changes. Why? Because they don't want to fix the problem. They want the attention that comes with it. Every time you rescue them, you're not solving their problem, you're feeding the cycle. You become their emotional dumping ground while your own peace crumbles. Helping someone who refuses to help themselves isn't compassion, it's self-neglect. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish." Sometimes that means saying no even when it makes you look cold. Because protecting your energy is not selfish, it's survival. So I want to know, have you ever had to set boundaries with someone who constantly drained you? How did you do it? Share your experience in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. And if this resonates, don't forget to hit like, subscribe for more Stoic insights, and share this with someone who needs this message today. Lesson 8. Love without limits becomes a trap. Love is beautiful. Compassion is powerful. But when love has no boundaries, it becomes a prison. You start sacrificing your mental health just to keep someone happy. You keep giving and giving until you disappear. Seneca wrote, No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. When you overprotect someone, when you shield them from every challenge, you rob them of growth. And in the process, you lose yourself. Healthy love says, I care for you, but I will not destroy myself for you. Because if your peace dies in the process, what kind of love is that? Now, tell me, where do you draw the line between love and self-respect? Comment below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And if you value this message, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs this reminder. Lesson 9. Don't help those who refuse to walk their own path. There's a truth I've learned after decades of listening to people's stories. Those who truly want to change will take the first step. They may stumble, they may fall, but they move. Then there are others who refuse to lift a finger for their own life, yet expect you to carry them across the finish line. Every time you take 10 steps for someone who won't take one for themselves, you teach them dependence, not strength. You turn your energy into a crutch they lean on forever. And one day you wake up exhausted, wondering why you feel so empty. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others." Helping someone who won't help themselves is exactly that, a waste of your most precious resource, time. Real kindness empowers people to rise, not rest on your shoulders. So set your boundaries and keep your dignity. Because love that requires you to abandon yourself is not love, it's a trap. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever carried someone so much that you lost yourself? How did you break free? Share your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if this resonates, hit like, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Lesson 10. Protect your peace above. All helping the wrong person doesn't just cost time, it costs your soul. Every time you sacrifice your peace for someone who abuses your kindness, you pay the highest price. And for what? Approval, validation. The illusion of being the good one. Stoicism teaches us this: you become what you give your energy to. If you keep giving your energy to chaos, don't be surprised when peace disappears from your life. Your duty is not to be everyone's savior. Your duty is to guard the fortress of your own mind. Because once that falls, nothing else matters. So next time you feel guilty for saying no, remember this: saying no to them means saying yes to your own sanity. Let me ask you, what's one boundary you've set recently that protected your peace? Drop it in the comments. And if this truth speaks to you, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs this reminder. Lesson 11. Stop saving people just to feel needed. Here's a hard truth. Sometimes we help not because they truly need us, but because we need to feel important. Deep down, that rescuer role makes us feel worthy. But that's a dangerous trap. Because the moment your value depends on fixing others, you start attracting brokenness just to stay relevant. This is not love. This is dependency disguised as generosity. When your identity becomes the helper, you'll keep giving even when it hurts, even when it destroys your peace, because without someone to save, you feel empty. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Ask yourself honestly, am I helping out of love or out of fear of being invisible? If it's the second, you're not serving them, you're enslaving yourself. Healthy love lifts without losing itself. Real strength helps when it's wise and steps back when it's toxic, because you were not born to be someone's crutch. You were born to stand and help others stand on their own. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself helping just to feel needed? How did you break free from that pattern? Share your experience in the comments below. And if this resonates, hit like, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs this truth today. Lesson 12. The fear of being cruel can make you weak. Many people don't say no because they're afraid of being labeled harsh or selfish. So they keep saying yes even when their soul is screaming enough. And slowly they burn out, not because life was unfair, but because they didn't protect themselves. Stoic wisdom is clear. If you seek tranquility, do less. That doesn't mean laziness, it means clarity. Choose where your energy goes. If you keep helping everyone out of guilt or fear, you will live as a prisoner to opinions. Here's the truth. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are clarity. Saying no is not rejection. It's respect. Respect for your time, your peace, and the other person's ability to grow. The next time fear whispers, they'll think you're cold. Remember, your worth is not defined by their approval. True strength is living by principles, not by pressure. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you said no and felt powerful, or when did you fail to and regretted it? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear your story. And if you find this helpful, subscribe to the channel and share this with someone who struggles with boundaries. Thank you for staying with me until the end, my friend. If these lessons resonated with you, remember this: true kindness doesn't destroy your peace, and real strength knows when to say no. Helping the wrong person can drain your soul, but setting boundaries can save your life. Marcus Aurelius said it best: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Protect that power, because once your inner fortress falls, nothing else matters. Now I want to hear from you. Which lesson spoke to you the most today? Was it about not helping those who play the victim, or the truth about boundaries and peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your perspective. And before you go, if you found value in this video, hit like. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom every week. Share this with someone who needs this reminder right now. Stay strong, stay wise, and as always, protect your peace. I'll see you in the next video.